Hello, in this video we will talk about using table function to tabulate factor variables or create contingency tables in R. So we know, for example, if f1 is a variable or variable of a data frame, this is a categorical variable, you can use a table function to show the counts of each values of this variable. And if f1, f2 both are two variables, usually categorical variables, then you can use table function to show we call the contingency tables or cross-tabulation of these two variables. For example, we can create a variable t1 with vectors from 3 different letters in computer. So we can use table function to show the values for example, these 3 letters. So table t1 will show the counts of 3 letters. Then we go to RStudio to show more examples. First, we will load this library called VCD because we will use more advanced table function. Then we show a data frame called this, and this data frame has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ID, treatment, and improved for people for the medical data. Then we can use table function for improved variable from this data frame. Then we can show this table. So 3 values, none, marked some, their counts value. And based on this table class object, we can use function called proper table with this table. So it will show the proportion, and the sum of this proportion is 1. And if you want to show more intuitive like percent, then we can times this 100. So we show the percent of 3 values from total observations. Then we can use table function to show the contingency table for these 2 variables, so treatment and improved. So for the treatment and improved, this table shows the 2 by 3 contingency table. So we know in the chi-square test usually will use this kind of table to calculate a test statistic from the data to test if these 2 variables are independent. Then we can use another function called xtab. Xtab also will show the contingency table, and these xtab functions use the form like regression. So we use tilde symbol here. Then on the right side, there are 2 variables, treatment plus improved. Then data is this data frame. Then we show this table, get the same result as we use table function. But after we have used xtabs, there are more flexible features we can apply. So we can use a margin, for example, margin dot table of this xtable object. And we set a 1 will total counts for the treatment. This 1 is the first index. So this is treatment's 2 values. So if we use a margin table, it's the same as just like we use table function for this 1 variable for the treatment, right? And We can also use the proper table for this object. So this is contingency table with the proportion. And of course, this proportion is by rows because we set a 1 here. So for the row column, a row sum will be 1. And we can also set the margin table for the column. So margin table, this xtabs object, we set option 2. So for the values of improved, their corresponding counts. And you can also set proper table of this xtabs object, we set 2 here. So here column sum will be 1 and show the values of the proportion. We can also show proper table, my table without any option. So the total summation of this proportion will be 1. We can also add a margin. Add a margin for this xtab object. So the rows and the columns margin, marginal value, marginal counts are displayed. And you can also add a margin with a proportion table type. So the margin value, each row, each column with the proportion value and the total for the margin summation of the row and the column will be 1. Next, we will just add 1 margin either for the row or for the column. So here we use a proportion table with the row, then add a margin for the 2 option. So you can see now that only the proportion for the row has been set with a marginal value. Of course, this marginal is 1. And alternatively, you can use the proportion table for the 2 axis and to set the margin with 1 here. So now the column summation has been added with a marginal row. Of course, these values are 1 for each column in the proportion. So this is the basics of table function to show the contingency table between 2 variables, and we show how to add a margin and or produce the proportion for each row or column. Thanks for watching.